what I was talking about was getting ready for the Atlanta Pin Show, thinking like I'm prepared for a pin cleaning stream today. See, oh my God, it's doing it again. What is happening, Chad? Mini Brad. This is so annoying, y'all. Oh my God. I wish I could tell y'all something changed between last week and this week. Not a thing has changed. There we go. Why can't we get Mini Brad out of there? You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Gaining on it. Oh my God. I am the worst at this, y'all. Oh, there it is. Why didn't you move? Mini Brad's actually okay there. All right. So we're going to hide this. Sorry, we're going to get this set now. All right. Wow. What a day, chat. Is it Monday? Feels like a Monday. All right. I think we're there now. Me. Mini me. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we're going to do pin cleaning first. But we'll do that in a minute. All right. Mickey, 24 months of subbing. I wish I knew why my alerts weren't working. It's probably because I'm fidgeting with everything. There we go. Schmevelin with the gifted sub to the Nib Taylor. Now JC doesn't have to worry about ads. You like ads? You hate ads? Where's Mike? I'll see Mike this weekend. Raise your hand if you're going to the Atlanta Pin Show this week. That's what we're working on. We're working on getting ready all week today. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Don't tell my husband I'm in bed with Brad. Rip. Shopping bag. What did I do? All right. So before we do that, before we get into this audit that needs to happen, Greg will be there. Nice. I will see you there. Greg, you're working, right? Are you working the show? You're going to buy Adobe Backpack Cheerio water. I hope I can get some Cheerio, what is it called? Cheerio bus? What's it called? Hope to be there by noon Saturday. Ooh, Miguel, we might be passing on the road. Going to a wedding in Decatur on Saturday. Oof. Brad, I demand a photo of you and your twin Mike. You can bet it will happen. Mike texted me the day he got to the Atlanta Pin Show, and the Baltimore Pin Show, and he got called Brad. Like, it was either Thursday night or Friday morning. It was like, Cheerio water bus. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get. I will try to get some if Mike still has it. If not, I'll get it on the second round. When we stand next to each other, we kind of don't. But if people are just kind of glancing, it's just like the round head and the beard and the glasses. Tess, thank you so much. I got your order. I will get that out probably tomorrow, I'm thinking. Tomorrow or Thursday. One of the two. I really, really appreciate that. That's huge. Appreciate it. Check out the Tesori table. One of my favorite new makers. People called Mike Brad in Baltimore. Yeah, he texted me. it happens at every show. And the same goes for me. People will call me Mike. I'm going to try to make it at Atlanta for an hour or two on Friday. Nice. I will be there. I'm shooting to be there like 1 o'clock Friday. But then I'm spending the night. So He said on Friday he's got you covered on the ink. Nice. Awesome. I'll be sure to see him. I actually, you know what? I'm gonna play the card and I'm gonna text him ahead of time. Hey, can you hold one for your guy? So, Embrand, hopefully I will see you Friday because I will be there. Let's call it early afternoon Friday. That's the plan. All right. So before we get rolling, let's do this. We have a fun giveaway. Hey, alerts. We have a fun giveaway on the blog that Mr. Andrew Kuhn helped facilitate. Y'all may have seen us. We talked about it here. The Tuduira. I don't know the correct pronunciation. Andrew got a couple of review units when the Kickstarter was going on, and thankfully to Mr. Suzuki, we were able to get a couple of samples. Andrew reviewed them, then he has sent the pens to me. So I have 2 pens. We're gonna give away both pens. Just one of them I'm giving away this week, so I just picked one to give away. The brown wave one, which I have here in my hand. So y'all go over to the blog. This is 2 like big time giveaways in a row. With the Elwood last week, we have this one this week. So this is the pen. So short threads up front, long barrel, really good weight, right? Like I generally don't go for the longer pens, but when I picked it up this morning, when I was getting the post ready, like it felt really good. Like I think I could use this pen. I don't know if I would want to use it like all the time, but like comfortably right now, it feels really good. I'd almost like just a slightly heavier front end section. I mean, and we're talking like very, very slightly heavier, but like I get it. Like it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be bigger and longer. I don't know if I would go for extra fine on this. Like it looks like it has a fine nib on it. Actually, I don't know which nib needs to be tweaked, but I gotta work on one of these nibs. Andrew was saying to check them out. This one's pretty well lined up, but it might be a little bit tight. One was a fine, one was a medium. Yeah, I can't even tell. How do you tell on these Bach nibs without taking them apart? You have to unscrew it. Oh, maybe there's a converter in here. I should probably take off. Yep, sorry. Bach so helpfully doesn't put this. Maker told me I couldn't tell. I'd probably could put them side to side and tell. I don't have the other one in here. So, whatevs. Finally fixed my Kaweco nib the other day. All it took was leaving a shim in it for the day. Interesting. So, like, you just expanded it, widened it, and you think that was the way to do it? Just by letting the sim shit. Shim sit. Don't try to say shim sit on the podcast, Brad. Note to self, shim sit. Eliminate from your vocabulary. So yeah, there you go. That is the it's a good day today, Chad. It's a good day. So yeah, that's the Tuduria. I'm not like super clean on this. So there you go. Watch the Skytron. Appreciate the follow. So there you go. I do like the branding is like super subtle here. You see it there? Just really subtly on the cap. I do like that. Shim sit emote. Oof. All right. So thank you, Andrew, for handling all this. So we'll give away this one this week, and then I have the red marbled. So there's a different one. Whoops. So this is the brown, brown or beigeish gray. And then at some point in the future, we'll give away this red one that was in the review. So I have both of these pens now, and Andrew preferred the red one just from a thank you, Toasty Treat. So we'll give away the red one, I don't know, a month from now or something like that. We'll figure it out. All right. So I wanted to get that out of the way this morning. Y'all go enter, just like y'all all entered the Ray 888 888 I think I got the correct amount of eights. I think that was 8 eights. That's got to be 8 eights, right? Come on, Brad. Get with the program. 8 eights. All right. So there we go. That's done. Go enter. All right. Let's figure some other stuff out. So I am prepped for work today with all the things. I have not replaced my my good nasal aspirator yet. So we're getting ready to make a mess here on stream, but first we need to audit the inked pens, right? So we got to see what is up and figure out what is going on with my inked pens. So I did a first pass, and these three are definitely getting cleaned, but let's look at the rest, and we'll look at all of these together. All right, still have the Galen pen case going, still enjoying it, but it's not my style, right? It's a little, here's what I don't like, which all of y'all who like this type of case probably are happy with. Here's what I don't like. I'm just not used to that in a pen case, right? Using the things that I use, right? But these boxy style pen cases are designed for that, right? They're designed to have a little bit of play, a little bit of movement. The cool thing about this case is the removable tray. That's sick. So we're gonna use this for our guide here at first. Brad, you cursed me my bulge syringe split yesterday. Yep, curse. You're cursed. All right. So this is most of my fountain pen inks, inked up fountain pens. I have a couple strays. Like I just don't count these. Like these that sit in my case, like the Twisby Swipe and the Platinum Preppy. Like these are good, like desk pens. They live in a case, then like the pen storage here, like in the little pen cube. Like this, I don't care if those aren't cleaned on the regular. But this is everything else that's inked up right now. So we know what is staying inked. So let's sort these. The Elwood is staying inked. All right. The 823 is staying inked. All right. These two for a fact are staying inked. All right. This one, this is the Opus demonstrator. You need to up your pen game? Not necessarily. You don't have, you just, have one pen you like. I mean, maybe this is all you need. I mean, who's going to argue with the Bic Crystal? This pen has been sitting in here uninked. This will get inked tomorrow. We're going to do, so the stream this week, we're going to go pen cleaning today. We'll do pen inking tomorrow, and then we'll do pen packing on Thursday. So this is the Opus Pen Addict model that I'm working on. I just got to get them nib sizes. The production is underway, so we'll be working on that. So the spoke icon we'll talk about. That one's getting cleaned. So this is staying inked. I mean, this is getting inked, so it stays. The Narwhal Galen Leather, I just inked this up, and I will review this at some point soon, so it stays inked, right? This is how my brain works, y'all. This is how I try to justify all of this stuff that I'm doing or not doing. The other Opus has the coffee tea ink in it, right? The Sailor Fika coffee tea time coffee ink. And it's got an extra fine nib, and I just love writing with this pen. It stays inked like that. I'm not cleaning out this much ink in here, and I feel like I've used it a lot. These Opus are just really great at large capacity inks. I have it sealed off right now, so we'll just open it up when I'm ready to use it and start writing with it again. Stays inked, right? When is the Opus Pen Addict available? I'm sure not before the summer. We don't even have a timetable yet. But, I mean, it's only going to be like, hopefully only like 2 months, 3 months. Oh, we should inspect this, chat. I thought this was a Pelican. This might be a Pelican. You just never know these days. You just never knows. Never knows. All right, time out. I got to sneeze. Mega pollination around here. Our cherry trees finally bloomed right when the 2-week cherry blossom festival ended. All right, we'll go ahead and pull this one. This one, the Ferrari pen, I am going to re-ink with the Monarca Ray Jaguar. So we're going to have the gold shimmer ink in this one. Twisby going to get me. It's funny. It's been pretty quiet on the Twisby front the last week or two. Yeah, it is mega pollinated outside right now. And I played pickleball on Sunday. I had to stop because I lost my voice. That's how pollinated the air is right now. So we're going to put Ray Jaguar in here. I just have to decide. I have a fine nib in here. I will probably keep that. I think this nib is wide enough to have the shimmer ink. We'll see. We'll see what I decide tomorrow. But we're going to put Ray Jaguar in here to Ferrari up the pen a little bit more. Get some gold ink in here. I could use like one of my yellow inks like Daikokuten, or I have Dandelion from Pannonia, but I really think I want to use Ray Jaguar and just have that gold shimmer because I am cleaning out the Shogun just because I haven't been using it that much. This makes me laugh every time. That makes me laugh every time. So we're gonna clean this out. So this is a shimmer ink in here. It behaved extraordinarily well. Normally you see just like completely coated, gunked up feeds in here. Like you can see the shimmer down in it, but it's really not that bad. So, and like no, nothing's really, stayed in the ink window. Like that Shogun ink is behaved very, very well. So I'm going to clean that out just because I haven't been using it. The PO nib, we're going to keep this inked up. We're going to do some more postcards. And I just have a blue-black ink cartridge in here. And this behaves very, very well. Room filters, huh? Okay, we'll have to think about that. So I've been using just the blue-black ink cartridges, Pilot's blue-black ink cartridge in there. Guess what? It stays inked. This is my life right now, chat. I'm trying to clean pens, and I've picked out 2. Could go all gold green in the Ferrari. I do have that in this pen right here, which I'm planning on cleaning. South Florida had several nonstop seizing fits the past couple of days. Yes, I'll probably get another cocaine comment on this video when it goes out to YouTube. So that's how YouTube rolls. So I'm actually going to clean this one. This has alt gold green in it. That would be pretty cool. But I just want to take a break from alt gold green and this Micro Architect pen. I don't think I've used that much of this ink though. So yeah, that's a little weak for me to be cleaning out a pen, but if I'm not using it, it doesn't matter, right? So we're going to clean that out. Do y'all sneeze when you go out into the sun? Like when I drive and like get out the car, I sneeze when the sun's out. I just inked this up. So this is the Sailor Pro Gear Ocean. Pens are the gateway drug to cocaine. This is where you store the cocaine in here, and then you have the holy water splatter, and that's like your, the holy water thing there. Yeah, my kids laugh at me. I have the sun sneeze reflex. They just totally die at me. But it's like, it's 100%. You can just set your watch by it. So we just inked this up last week with Papier Plume Sazerac. It stays inked. My kid does the sun sneezing. Yeah, I'm the only one that does it in our family. Stainless steel, cocaine, and avocados. Gotcha. I'll work on that. Avocados are for toast. Don't you know that? That means you have a legitimate sun allergy. Photic sneeze reflex. Okay, we'll have to look at that. But I always felt bad, like in like peak COVID times, and like you're running around with a mask on, and I'd get out the car and I'd have to sneeze like instantly. I'm like, oh no, people think I'm gonna have COVID. There's a pen with a shot holder in the body. Yeah, the Speakeasy, the Visconti Speakeasy, has the whiskey. So, Lamy 2000 stainless steel, Pilot of Roshizuku Blue Black. Still using this. Whoops, I just touched it. My bad, Lamy. My bad, Lamy. This is going to stay inked just because I'm enjoying using it. And the last one is the TWSBI Kaweco Steel. This has the premium nib. Again, waiting to review it. It's always fun to play the COVID or oak pollen game. Yeah, exactly. So I've been using this pretty regularly, and I've yet to review it. Wasn't there a Monte Grappa with holy water too? I don't know. The old holy water pens came out like in the 60s or 70s. Did Parker make them? Monte Grappa, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a holy water pen. I think they're Vatican adjacent. So, Steel Sport. Have you seen the Steel Pocket Pen by Gravitas? Yes, not in person, but online I've seen them. So, here's how it breaks down. 3 pens to clean, 1 which I'm going to immediately re-ink. So this is why I don't get enough rotation in my pen sometimes. So here's the reasoning. Review nib, review pen, new pen recently inked. That's fair. Old pen recently inked. Favorite writing pen with the posting nib. Favorite ink, large capacity, I don't want to waste. New pen, I need to ink. Pen I'm taking to the Atlanta Pen Show. Also, love the purple in here. And new pen I'm taking to the Atlanta Pen Show. So I'm really cleaning 2 pens to store away, which I feel good about these pens. It's time for these to go. And then I'm cleaning 1 pen to just re-ink tomorrow. So, Brad, do you ever have problems with inking right after cleaning with the water watering down the ink? I don't, and I'll show you Lady Temeraire what I do to help with that. Today when we clean this, like especially these 2 pens, like I'll show you. The pistons are a little bit more challenging, but Aurora's nibs screw out pretty easily. Lady Temeraire. I don't know. I shouldn't have looked at it. Once I looked at it, I got stuck. But if I don't look at it, it's good. Yeah. So I'll show you how I do it. Do you clean pens based on the pen or the ink inside? That's a great question when you put it that way. I'm trying to figure out how to answer it. I think it's probably more the pen and less the ink, if I had to like define it that way, right? Like I wouldn't mind continue to use this ink. So this has a shimmer ink in it, right? It's got J. Herbin Shogun in it. And I know if I'm not using this regularly, it needs to be cleaned. That said, That's kind of the only ink I want to use in this, because this has a medium nib in it and it's really wide. So I don't normally use this pen unless I'm using a showy ink with it, right? So in this case, it's probably more the pen, but although I want to get the ink out of it, so it's really hard to define. This one I'm just not using. I've sometimes, if I'm not using this pen, because this has a micro architect nib in it right now, and I got to be really, really in the mood to use that. So what I will do sometimes is take this converter and pop it in a different pen, right? So like I have a really good converter full. Planning with Style, thank you for the follow. So I have a good converter full of alt gold grun. So sometimes I'll just take this converter and pop it in another pen. Something you can't do with a piston filler. You suck, piston fillers. Nib down in a cup with the paper towel on the bottom, pulls out anything left. Yeah, this micro art, it's great. It is a whole mood though. Like you have to be, it is a very intense writing pen, and I'm just ready. So what happens is this sits here, like I inked it up to enjoy, right? Then all of a sudden I have all these other things and I start not choosing it, right? So maybe that answers the question, Bork Ben Bork, that it's more the pen than the ink, which I think is what I answered the first time. So you have this group of pens, right? And I was like, oh, I'm really digging this 823 with this purple ink. So when I'm going to write, I'll just keep doing this. And I'm done with that. Oh, then I'm going to do this again and do that. And this one ends up never getting picked. It's time to clean it no matter how much ink I have left in it. So I think that's probably Bork Ben Bork. That's the real answer. It's a usage thing, and it's the pen. The pen and the nib. Does the Kaweco Mini converter fit in a Lilliput? Yes. So that's how these things end up staying. Gina will not be there, but I hope to see them in DC or San Fran. I don't know if I'm going to get to a pen show between Atlanta and one of the August shows. And I have to get with Gina to fix my Nakaya nib that I have the replacement for. She has the parts. Purple and 823, yes, it's the Iroshizuku Ito Murasaki that I got from Japan from Jacob. Fude fan. So yeah, so like if I'm really into alt gold grun right now, I have another green inked up. Do I have just one green inked up? San Francisco, please. You're coming to San Francisco. Y'all chill out. I haven't booked anything yet. I definitely am not going to Chicago. I can't get away that weekend. I looked at that one. I don't know if I'm going to do DC and San Francisco, but I'm going to try to do one of them. That's the plan. So this is how I end up with a Justification tray of pens, right? So I'm going to move these here. These are going to Atlanta. These are going to stay here just because I'm writing. Brad, you really need a pen shows commands? I don't even know what I would answer. Like, what would the pen shows where I'm going? Any advice for someone who has gotten a table at DC? I've gotten a table at DC. Good luck. That's your advice. All right, so let's scooch these. Pinchos, stop asking. I don't know. There you go. All right, let's put these back. Dude, it's a crapshoot. It's one of those things where you get what you get. You don't pitch a fit, except if you have any sway, you pitch a fit and then get what you want because they're spineless. Whatever, I just work here. Was I muted then? I should have been muted then. All right. Let's do the two converters first. Your PO was with Bocamundo. See, if I didn't, I need another PO, I guess, to do the same thing. All right. DC showrunners were giving out candy at Baltimore. It's probably laced. Be careful. Be careful. All right. So what we'll do here for this converter, we dump ink out here at the Pen Addict. We don't put ink back in the bottle. Normally, if I'm cleaning over my kitchen sink, so I would just dump this down the drain since I don't want to put this right into the water to begin with this amount of ink, so I don't have to get up and keep refilling my bowls. I'm going to I made a little just a little paper towel bowl that I can just trash just to go ahead and dump this ink in, right? So we'll just get out this ink here, and then we'll run it. We'll have I keep 2 bowls for this. If I was at the sink, I'd just have 1 bowl. Don't ever put ink back, correct. So we'll just run this converter a couple times through here, through the water. All right, till it kind of runs mostly clean. Rattler Jen, 8 months of subbing. Thank you so much. I'm cleaning pens. Rattler Jen, you just missed the part where I didn't choose like 10 other pens to clean. So I'll run it through the clean water. I know you can't see, my hands are in the way. It's just not a great setup, but I mean, you know how to clean a converter. So for, who was asking earlier, one of the ways to help dry. Ooh, look. So you always shake it when you're done because things get dislodged. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fill this up halfway. Give it a little shake. See, we still have green ink in there. Any emote updates? No, other than they're working on them. So we went to, I want to call her real name because I forget her stream name. We went to her on Thursday, so she's working on them. I've seen early sketches. I have Toby sketches in the thing. So whoever was asking me about getting the water out, I just shake them out vigorously. In the South, we call that packing a dip. So I just bang them. That was a lot of cleaning for a converter, but that's how I am. Like, I don't want any remnants of. I'll show you with the nib, Lady Tim. But like you can see just from that how little specks of water are in there. And when you have that little specks, it's not going to make any difference in the ink that you put in here. But the nib is probably more important. I'll show you how I do that too. All right, so let's just unscrew. Well, we'll keep this on here for now, just so I can show y'all the aspirator. For those of y'all that are new. So can we send pens in for cleaning? You can send them into Luxury Brands USA. Do they still offer that pig cleaning service? Pig cleaning? That's a different employer. All right, we're gonna use our bad aspirator today, our Japanese aspirator today, to force water through this nib. So we just kind of, at first, we're just gonna do this to get most of the ink out. Words are hard today. And then we'll kind of run some clean water, see how we're looking here. It's all looking fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this nib out, even though I wouldn't necessarily do this every time. But this is a pretty basic nib. And plus, I'm going to store this nib separately from the pen. Since this is a specialty nib, this is a Micro Architect grind on a Franklin Christoph pen, which y'all probably can't see here. So let's just do this. So Lady Tim, I do the similarly the same thing. So and it's pen dependent, right? So what you can do is you can remove the nib from the feed and the housing. Inked my Cheerio water bus last night. Looks great in a broad nib. That nib will cut paper. Yeah, that's why I call this nib just a mood, right? It's a whole mood. You got to be in the right mood to use it. So this is why you want to pull nibs sometimes, right? If you can, if it's easy to, because you will get some ink up here stuck in the top. It's just easy to rinse out. So we'll just let these dry for a minute. Why is the water so clean? It's pretty light ink, and then I dumped the converter there first, kind of thing. But you can see how even just on the feed, like just flushing the water through doesn't get it all. Be careful cleaning your feeds. They're very fragile for Gile. So we'll just set these aside. It's T-Zebra. Not every pin is easy to remove the nibs on. These Yovo nibs are pretty easy. So, and like I said, I don't know that I would have if I wasn't on here on the stream. Like if I was just putting this nib back. So I will let this, like I think Slumberland Studio was mentioning it. They'll leave the pins out overnight to dry. I do that sometimes too. Like if I'm not in a hurry to put them back. So I'll just leave the parts out. I do kind of sort the parts together, right? Like I want this pin to kind of be together. Like these are the parts for that pin, right? And then the converters, they're just the international converters. They just go in a stack. I have a whole box just full of converters. If you clean more than a couple pins at a time, an ultrasonic cleaner makes cleaning the nibs easier. Don't need to pull them out of the housing. Yeah. I just tend to not get it out for these pins unless I have a real problem. I have one, but I just don't use it that much. So this is the exact same type of setup. Cartridge converter. I've already re-inked this one. Wow, do I have that much ink in here? I don't think I have that much ink in here. So this is Papier Plume Oyster. Yeah, I thought I've used a good amount of this. So this will be the same type of cleaning as the last one. Just removing the nib. This is why you always like dump ink over a sink or something, because it bubbles and then the bubbles pop and then it splatters. So that's why I have this little container here. Instead of dumping all this in the ink, I'll get most of it out here, but I would rather do this over a sink just because I don't know where some of the stuff is going. This is the Ferrari pen. I'm cleaning it out to put a gold ink in it. I don't know why I'm stubborn and I try to match my converters with the pins they come with. I do that for branded converters. I keep them with the pin. So like I'll leave them out dry like this here, and then I'll just lay the converter with it. Like if it's like the Monte Grappa ones, right? They come, branded, or the Esterbrook ones come branded. I will leave those. If they're generic, international, I just stack them up. I always pull nib off feed. Ink does get stuck on it, especially pigmented. Yeah, the stronger the ink, like a pigmented shimmer ink, the more you want to dig in there and clean. I am going to put Ray Jaguar in it, Rattler Gin. That's exactly what I'm going to put in it. So I look forward to that. We're going to do that tomorrow. Whoa. Also, don't clean pens at your computer desk for when you shoot crap all over it. Get some coffee. I've had a good amount of coffee today. Maybe that's why I'm wound up. All right, that goes there. Interesting. I specifically use a non-branded converter on my Franklin Christoph because it's one of the ice finishes. That makes sense. Does Franklin Christoph use? I don't think Franklin Christoph even has branded converters. I could be wrong though. It's been a while since I bought one, but I don't think I own a branded Franklin Christoph. All right, we're gonna flush this real quick. Normally I would use this aspirator, to fit on the back post, so that fits over this. It's really this part here. Fits over this a lot easier. But this one is what you need for Japanese brands. But this one's broken. When I twisted the nib feed to unscrew the grip section of my Canalea, the feed just popped in half. I've done that before. Sometimes you just catch it wrong. Yeah, someone should be able to get that for you. It's a pain in the butt. I have done that. That's like hands raised. A lot of us have probably snapped a feed. I've definitely stuck some parts inside of a grip section too. So Atlanta stuck up on me. Not going to drop up from Jack's. No pin con for me. Boo. I'm going to be there Friday afternoon to Saturday morning. Wish you could make it, but I get you. FC does have Frank and Christoph lettered on some. Gotcha. But yeah, you can get that fixed. Just don't over crank it. You don't want to mess up the section. Just let someone else get in there and do it. Oh, try a pincer with a eraser. That's a good idea. Yeah, ASMR. How you doing? Sorry, that's my own jokes. All right, so you can see how clean just that running water through the aspirator is. Like, I'm pushing water through here right now, and you can see how there's like no ink getting into this clean water. That's good. That's what we want. Right, that's how you know it's looking good. And then this is what I was talking about. If I'm not taking the nib off, Lady Tim, I'll just take the whole grip and whole section. Let me get a cleaner spot here. And I'll put it somewhere where no ink has been before. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to wrap it up. And this is how I'll get the water out if I'm not taking it apart. I just like aggressively smack it around. And you can see like maybe there's a hint of gray. Like, that's how you know you got it pretty clean. Like, that's the only ink I'm seeing, and there's really not much. And if I kind of dab it on here, I don't see any more ink. That's all I need to do. And now, like, it's mostly dry and ready to go, right? Like, that level of water is not going to affect your pen. If maybe for like the first few letters. Does one have to buy specifically for pens aspirator? No. Any old bulb syringe. These are just any old bulb syringe, except you want to get the silicone based ones, not the plastic ones. There is a difference, like just for breaking purposes. So these are a softer rubber, not the not like hard plastic feeling ones. So I am going to go ahead and take this apart though, because I'm going to put the there's better alternative to nasal aspirators as incapable, no internal fault growth, and there's not as permanent. Gotcha. See, as clean as that nib was, though, this is also why people will take it, right? Because you get this on the outside here. This isn't traveling down and getting in your ink, but it'll start to crud and crust up here on the top. So water you're using, tap or distilled? I always just use tap water. We had a question on the podcast. Someone lived in a hard water area. I mean, I would definitely advise to use distilled, but I use tap water. That's proprietary, Rattler Gin. You have to know the secret handshake. Brad reduced the cleaning time for my pens exponentially. Like, yeah, and this is like me going slow. You can clean pens. Cleaning pens should not be something that you sweat too much, right? It's a pretty easy process, all things considered. Hey, Brad, this is an unrelated question, but is Yovo eventually going to remove the scroll rocker on the nibs, or are they going to sell both? I think they're going to remove it completely. We can only get the one style now. But like the last time we placed an order through the distributor, the mediums hadn't been converted, right? So like our mediums have scroll work, but fine, extra fine, and broad have this. So they're changing it. There's not going to be a both thing. So that's the new design. So this will be the standard Yovo going forward until they decide to change. There will not be an option for both. That's a good question. All right, so yeah, those are good. I prefer the new design. I like scroll work. I prefer the new design, especially for spoke. If we're putting logos on them for spoke, I mean, it really works for our pens, right? But I get like some people may not care for them as much. So I prefer them, but Like, I'm not anti-scroll work either, so. Looks like Brad gets to put his own engraving on the nibs. I do. Someone won a Brad pin here once. That Jonathan did for me. I live in an area with pretty hard water and haven't noticed anything funny after cleaning pins with the tap water. Yeah, like, I don't think so. Like, I don't know that I would, necessarily soak them overnight. And I don't know. It's just, it's something you need to monitor, right? Never been to a pin show. Looking forward to it. Are you coming to Atlanta? Or are you going to any pin show in the future? Got my first no scroll work nib the other day. So much better. Like I said, I completely prefer. Well, here, I'm dumb. Here's the example. Both of these are new and old. Let's see if we can get them in here. Too much going on the screen. So that's the two Yovo nibs. Old version, new version. Yovo at least had decent scroll work on the old version. Atlanta's way too far. Live on the... Nice. Maybe Dallas. Dallas is probably close. Closest, I guess. And that's still probably like 6 or 8 hours away. Depending, right? Yeah, like on a Franklin Christoph, like I don't know that I would notice either of them, right? But I do notice it with our spoke pins because that's kind of more the sterics. 10, 11 hours. Gotcha. That's probably the closest, unless you're driving, unless you're flying. All right, so this one's a little bit different, right? So this is an Aurora piston filler. It's got shimmer ink in it. So there's a couple of different ways you can do pistons. If the company makes a really good screw in, I don't know, it takes 2 days to cross Texas. I said 8 or 10 hours. I was in the ballpark, right? Or 6 or 8. I said 6 or 8 hours. I knew it was a long way. 10 or 11 was not in my realm. But I thought I gave it a solid 6 to 8. That's a good guess. I'm down with that. All right, so Pelican and Aurora have very good screw out nib units for piston fillers. So I will go ahead, instead of just running water through the whole thing right now, I'm going to wait and go ahead and dump the ink out first, and then we can clean out the nibs separately because Aurora does a good job of construction with these pens, making them easy to clean. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. So you also want to hold the nib up if you're gonna unscrew it. But so Aurora has these whole big nib units, and what we'll do for now is we'll just throw it in there. Do people that bring their own inks to pen shows to share sample with other pen enthusiasts? Some people do, yes, for sure. Also, you don't want to cross-contaminate your sparkle shimmer ink when you're cleaning other feeds and stuff. So like this will be the last one I did on purpose because I don't want to reuse this water now that the shimmer's in it, because I can see it swirling around. Y'all probably can't with the lighting in here. So you want to be careful about that. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the ink into here. So we'll just run the piston down. All right. So we want to get the bulk out first, right? Get the bulk out first, and then we're going to run it through the dirty water here. We're just going to run this piston up and down a few times, keeping, as long as we keep, the tip under the water, like we can just pull water up through the piston without the nib being in it, right? Just got some shimmer ink you weren't expecting. Yeah, so I want to get as much shimmer out in the dirty shimmer water as I can before I switch it over to the clean. So I will stop this one about halfway, and we're going to shake it a little bit, get some more, get it good and washed in there. probably do that a couple times. So this one takes a little bit to clean just because the piston. I could get a syringe and just kind of power wash the interior, right? I think I let the water out that time. How do you clean the roar piston? It's painful. Like my demonstrator is always blue. That's a non-feature to me. Yeah, it's totally a air quotes feature. That is not a feature to me. I think it's annoying. They just get away with it in the non-demonstrator. You vote power wash, especially with this shimmer. We might power wash. So I'll show you all the power wash. What we'll do here, since I still have a clean water. All right, we're gonna pull this piston all the way up to the top, and like it's cleaning pretty well so far. But what we'll do, especially since it was shimmering, is we'll get a syringe. I need to redo all of my maintenance tools if I can get them at the pen show. New syringes, new different cleaning parts, new different things like that. This stuff has been used heavily. So you can get blunt tip syringes, wide gauge blunt tip syringes. You can get them off Amazon. You can get them from pen dealers like Van Ness Pens. This make me think I should sell the pen cleaning stuff as a kit. Yes, you should. All right, so we're going to draw in our clean water, right? We're going to take our clean water here, but then we're going to wash it over the dirty water, right? And we're just going to hose this in here a few times. Since it's a shimmer ink, like this is a high maintenance thing. And so Aurora, you probably can't see it in here. Yeah, you can. They have a little hole in there. You can pass this through. And I'm going to go ahead and get this down in there as far as I can. And I'm just going to kind of, shoot it all over my desk while we're at it. At least it's just clean water this time. You don't soak the barrel. This one I won't. My experience with Auroras is they clean very well. So I don't worry about that. Yeah, so this is the same thing for cleaning out a cartridge, right? Which I just did for like my Elboid pen. It's just good pen hygiene. And Ryan, that's maybe how you can kind of get in there for your Aurora. Let's see what mine looks like. If you can see it, the whole thing. Yeah, so mine looks pretty clean. So you can see, so this little extra reservoir that Aurora has, mine's pretty clean. I would say, Ryan, like my other Optima doesn't get that clean. It's like permanently blue. But that one looks pretty good. And you can see it moving here. Right? So this is an Aurora feature, but it's really useless. All right. So we'll take this. I think we're good. We're good on this. I feel pretty good about this. We'll shake it out, see if anything is hanging out in here. And I always try to open it up where I was hitting it just so I can see if anything comes out, and it's like literally just crystal clean. So that's a shimmer ink in a piston filling pen. In the barrel, one of the reasons I chose that pen is because I knew it would clean well. All right, so my nib's down here in the swamp. I'm scared to put my finger in there. I prefer cartridge converter pens for cleaning. My pistons are usually dedicated to particular inks because of the cleaning issue. Yeah, it's a little more dedicated time needed. So what I will do, since this has been in the dirty water, and the way Aurora pens are built, they have a really strong, really durable, nice, complete nib unit. So I'm going to just go ahead and run some water through here, and then we'll put it in the clean water and work on the rest of it. We can remove the nib here pretty easily. but I just want to give it a quick flush. All right. Posture check. Whew. Terrible posture today. All right, so these are just friction fit, and they have a ebonite feed. You do need to be careful on these. Ray, thanks for fostering such an awesome fountain pen community here and on Slack. First time here, and it's making my day. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. We like to have fun and not take ourselves too seriously, and not knock our water over when I pull this nib. All right. So this was a shimmer ink here, right? And it's still on the feed a little bit here. Like you can see it, but this stuff is just gonna rinse. Like it's just gonna wash off. Welcome to the Twitch fam. Schmevelin with the gifted sub to Ray 888. I gotta say, this Shogun, like this is a shimmer ink, right? Like that's pretty reasonable amount of residue left, which is to say not very much, right? So I'd say this ink cleans really, really well. You got to be careful with these Aurora feeds though. They scare me. Like I'm gonna snap these. This is an ebonite feed. It's in Italian they say fragile. It's very fragile, and it does scare me. So this water is grotesque now, and I'm worried about getting shimmer into other things, but I think we're done there. So I haven't cleaned the inside of this nib in a while. Look at the coloration of the nib. Interesting. I've put shimmer in a sailor before. I'll put shimmer in anything as long as I manage it. I mean, not my extra fine nibs. I put shimmer in a sailor if it worked out. But like I will dry this off, but very, very carefully. I'll just kind of leave the post out here and just kind of roll it around in the paper towel. Make sure we're shimmer free. The Auroras do have a big channel in here. Oops, to fit into the barrel. So yeah, I wonder if I need some. Has anyone ever done gold cleaning for like jewelry? Because you usually don't, like, you know, this is what we see and like, ooh, nice, that looks great. But then you have like it's not affecting anything. But I was like, would it be worthwhile to polish the underside of this? Hey, Killer Sheep. Like, has anyone ever done that? Yes, this is an Italian pen, so it's fragile. Again, we're gonna leave these parts out to dry, even though they're essentially bone dry. I'm also just lazy about putting this stuff back together sometimes. Toothbrush on the feed when cleaning shimmer inks. That's a good point. I've never done that. I think polishing the underside would make flow worse, just from a texture perspective. Like you don't want to overcook it, kind of thing. Jewelry polishing cloth. That might actually, I could see that. The polishing cloth would put some shine on it, but maybe not remove like any like texture. I don't know. This is something I don't know, so I'm just thinking out loud. All right, again, put all your parts in between the barrel and the cap. That's how you know what goes with what. Y'all see how I do this just out of nature, right? Like this is how I clean things, so I know what goes with what. This group, this group, this group, so you don't get things cross-pollinated. So. So yeah, I think I do have a polishing cloth. I don't care that much. I guess I've just never noticed it on the back side of the nib. And would that eventually affect anything? I don't think it would. I don't think it would at all, but is just a stark revelation. If anything, the buildup would restrict flow. I mean, I'm a fan of metered flow anyway. I don't like gushers. So, and that's a flowy pen to begin with. Ebonite feed, medium nib. That pen does not have flow problems, I assure you. All right, do the same. Q-tip, yeah. Not a big deal. It's more of a curiosity since I guess it's been a while since I've opened that one up. All right. So out of this big idea, I had to clean pens just to get myself ready for the pen show. I'm going to clean 3 and re-ink 2. I guess let's go ahead and put these back together. They're pretty dry. Like normally, if I have a vacuum filler or some piston fillers that I know I don't get dry, very dry, I'll leave them out. So let's do this. Let me go put away the water because I need to get my keyboard out so I can do a giveaway. When I come back, we'll do that giveaway. I'll put these pins back together and we'll figure out what else we need to work on today. All right, give me 2 seconds. Let me go clean this. Yeah, the feeds, a lot of times if I have the gunky stuff, I'll just put the feeds, just drop the feeds and the nibs in the ultrasonic. Again, I rarely have the need to use it because I have pretty good pen hygiene to begin with. But if you find something that's being stubborn, definitely go for it. All right, be right back. All right, back. Yes, same as an ultrasonic jewelry cleaner. That is correct. Yeah, there is a specific one that I got recommended. It's like I'll have to find it. It's like this. It's not expensive. It's like a $25 one. Nip Taylor might know. Do you have a favorite, JC? Oops, I guess we don't need that on here. All right, let me put these pins back together so we can get my keyboard out and we can do a giveaway. But the one I have was a recommended one, just jewelry cleaner, whatever, from Amazon. I think it was like $25. Occasionally uses a water pick, but they make a huge mess. That sounds messy. All right, so we just reassemble these. I'll show you on the next one if you didn't know when you're putting stuff back together. There's a little notch or a little flat spot in the collar or the housing that goes over the... All right, so you just kind of put your feed here up to about, where it lines up with the nib. Hold it, and you'll notice there's a flat spot here on this side. I know it's not coming in like where the channel is though, but you see there's a flat spot, and then there's a flat spot right here, right there on the collar. So you just line up those two flat spots to get the nib back in easily, and then just push it all the way down. Boop. And then you say boop when you got it all back in there. At least that's what I do. And then another thing to keep them dry, Lady Tim, is I don't put the converter back in here. Like I said, I store these converters separately. Even though I'm not letting these, just air dry, they're not necessarily airtight. So over time, they'll just dry out. All right, one more. All right, this one's a little bit... Have you ever had a nib swap go bad and one gets stuck halfway? Not really. I do try to go slow, and I'm not a very forceful. I am tentative to manage any of this stuff, so I'm not very forceful when I do it. All this stuff makes me nervous. I've just gotten used to it now, doing it so much. This one actually makes me more nervous because Aurora has fins. Does this one have fins? That generally go in these notches, and there's a short one on the front. Sorry, there's a short one on the front and then a long one on the back. So this one I'll just take slow and just kind of twist on until you twist it on like this, and then you can feel it set. You see my hand twist, watch it. There it goes, right? So then you're in the right spot, and then you just push. Right, so just be careful. These things are designed to fit together, and they have guides within the build and the construction to assist you in lining things up. So don't force things. Just twist it around till you line it up with a slight inward pressure, and then it'll just pop in, and then you're good to go. That's how you know you're safe. This one I will keep unscrewed just for a minute. Just because this piston barrel... Just want to make sure this one gets dry, pretty dry. I am just putting this up here real quick. We're going to let this one dry out for a minute. All right, there we go. Expected difficulty I'm experiencing trying to pull a nib and feed from the housing is because it was forced in the housing without lining up the flat spot. That can happen. You can definitely force the Yovos and the box and those types of nibs into a bad situation. And just remember, not all nibs and feeds are created equal. You're not going to catch me doing this with pilots or sailors very often because they're a little bit tougher and they're designed to be pulled apart, but they're a little bit tougher to do. They're way more rigid, and they clean so well that I've never really found the need to break them down any further. So, as many Japanese pins as I have, I almost never pull those apart. Never pull a Safari apart? Why not? I pull nibs off of Safaris all the time. All right, so don't leave your Aurora nibs laying around. So let me get some room here. The minch. Accidentally pulled a Safari apart and it broke forever. Maybe I just pulled the nibs off. I guess I'm not taking the full... Okay, yeah. Fair. Don't pull the feeds out of Safaris. Okay, tracking. All right, let's do a giveaway. What should we give away? Yeah, I don't think I've ever completely disassembled a Safari. They clean pretty well too. Safaris are difficult to clean with those fins in the section. The way I clean it with the aspirator, you can bend those. I've definitely snapped one of those fins off in the Safari before. Replacement Leonardo nib and the housing isn't needed because the original housing is glued into the pin section. Yeah, you got to be careful with some of these. What to do, what to do, what to give away to you. Oh, this is a good one. This is one of those pins that I shouldn't give away, but I don't use it, so I should give it away, right? That's how things are designed to be. I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm not going to give it away. So late to the party. It's like I'm late to the F1 races. I'm 0 for 2 in live F1 races, but I've managed to be spoiler free for both races so far and been able to watch them after the fact. Just in time for a giveaway. I think y'all are probably going to want this giveaway. I want this pin. All right, I guess I should show it to you. Threadist, what's up? So this is Kara's Custom Bolt in the sweet pink anodization. It's dope. It's dope. Oh yeah, I totally watched the whole thing. I watched every bit of it this weekend. I love this pen. Are you able to get in your own giveaway? I don't know. We'll try. I'll try to enter this giveaway. We'll see. I love this pen. This is such a good pen. So this one fits the G2 refills. What refill is in here? I don't know if this is the stock refill or something I switched. Oh no, this fits the Parker refill. Is this a Moleskine refill I put in here? Son of a gun. This is a Moleskine gel refill. I wonder if it still works. As a Ricardo fan, I'd be better showing up late to the F1 races. Oof. The McLaren just looks slow. I hate to say it. Even Lando at the end, like, that car doesn't feel like it has fight in it. There's an adapter to put Parker refills in the Bolt V2. Is this an older Bolt? I have no idea. Is there a way to tell? Yeah, not yet. We should do a bet if the refill still works. All right, you're gonna have to supply your own Parker refill. Yeah. But I have a feeling like it's a little bit older for McLaren than it is for Mercedes, it seems. Yeah, provide your own refill. So Parker style refills. Yeah, let's give this away. Sweet, sweet, sweet pen. I love this pen. Those Moleskines had 0 staying power. That's probably why they stopped selling them. But they were one of the only good gel ink Parker style refills. That's why it must have been why I put it in here, right? Now you can get the Oto flash dried needlepoint refills are a good option for a gel. But these Moleskine, I used to just buy these Moleskine refills. But look at this pen. That's a good pen. All right, let's give it away. All right, exclamation point raffle to enter. Anyone can enter. You don't have to be a subscriber, member, follower, any of that stuff. You don't have to live in the US. We just go. Heard the Parker gel refills are good. Yes, they're good, but they're wide, right? I'm thinking of like finer stuff. They made these Moleskines in 0.5. So that's the part I forgot to mention. You can get some wider 0.7 refills. But But yeah, this F1 season has been good so far. I was expecting a boring race this weekend. And like the entire second half of the race was fascinating. Actually, really, after about the first 15, 20 laps, it was fascinating. Somewhere I have a sandwich bag overflowing with Parker style refills I've tried over the years, and the flash dry and the jet streams came out and became my go-tos. Yeah, I use the that's pretty much it. Like either jet stream or flash dry. My DNF pencil was busy. Yeah, it's like Lewis 10th. I was like, well, only 14 cars finished. Chief. I need a breakdown of your chart, of your notebook, of your charts. I only have one Jetstream 3.8, and I don't know which roadie I have it in right now. I got to figure that out. Felt bad for Checo. Yeah. That was that's what makes this stuff so interesting, right? Is because like the weirdest, like random things can happen. Except I guess you can probably set your watch by Latifi. But random things can happen and change like all strategy. What's up, F1 Addict? I know, right? I am. Which has the refill in a Jodo 0.7 rollerball. So they use the Schmidt P8127 refill. Schmidt makes a P8126 refill. That's slightly finer. Yeah, do a post or a video on it. Where can I watch the F1 races? ESPN Plus or F1 TV. Car races, gas-powered soap opera. Fair. All right, let's pick a winner. I'm impressed that you got all these refills on the tips of your fingers, with the tips of your brain. A lot of us are trying to solve the same problems, right? So if we have one pen type that we really like, but the refill is pretty average, we try to solve that, and then you end up kind of having this like mental catalog of the things that work the best for the things that you like. Actually, yeah, the first half battles on the Alpines was great. It was fascinating to watch. And then the whole second half, the whole post Latifi was amazing. When Checo went in early, Checo got deked. Lewis got hosed, which was beautiful. So it's good. All right, let's pick a winner. Skogsy. It's not a pencil, but it's a pen. Skogsy, have you ever actually won before? I've been having some troubles with Jetstream pens. They blob a lot on the paper. Makes me sad because they're my favorite standard writing pen. Which model are you using, Ryan? Retro 51 is my problem. Ink that soaks into paper. Yeah, it's a rollerball. It's the same as that's in my Jodo pen, the Schmidt P8127. Fourth time winner. I thought you'd won before, but I didn't realize it'd been 4. 0.5, 0.7. Interesting. Yeah, I usually don't have troubles with those. Four-time champion, Skogsy. I know, I was just messing with you. So, Mike, Ink Dependence Mike, since you're here, and I don't have to text you now, will you hold me a bottle of ink? Will you hold me a bottle of ink for the pen show, since I'm actually going to make it? And I love you. And thanks. This is really unfair of me, chat. Sometimes you got to play the card. Sometimes you just got to play the card, right? Hey, Skogsy's won 4 times. Y'all yell at him, not me. No, you told me when it was going to drop. I just haven't had time to go order. And plus, I wasn't worried about it since you're going to continue to carry it. I can always get it. Like, I wasn't worried about, like, timing-wise. But if you're going to bring some. The Blackwing Natural has ruined other pencils for me. Thanks for that, Pen Addict. I mean, that's going to happen. Like, that's a legitimate winner of a lot of pencil categories right there. So I don't disagree with that. It makes a big deal. It makes a difference, right, between pencils. All right, what else y'all need to talk about today? I got some time, but I don't have any more plans. We're gonna ink pens tomorrow post show, and then we're gonna pack. We're gonna pack my go bag on Thursday. Brad, I really don't use standard pens either. Could we give it to the Zero Wins gang? We could. I mean, we could run it back. Like, I'm fine if we run it back. You tell me. We'll get everyone to re-enter. You don't have to be a zero gang. Like, I can't manage the Zero Wins gang, but we can rerun the raffle. We don't want your pity giveaway. I have 3 Blackwings and use them so sparingly. I'm surprised some of the shops don't have them over there. More like the small local independent shops. Anything else you want me to bring the show, Brad, or whomever? I am so unprepared for this show, Mike. I am just going to show up and wing it. I'm just glad I'm spending the night Friday, just so I can have like the afternoon and the evening, and then leave Saturday morning, noonish. All right, let's redo it. I appreciate that, Skogsy. Oh. All right, pity raffle, let's go. You must re-enter. Exclamation point raffle. I'm gonna see if I can enter. Will it let me? I think I tried before. Thought it was your turn to bring the juice boxes, right? Bring some for everybody. I think it doesn't let me as a... Oh, let's see. Did I get in there? Accept. Yeah, I'm in the raffle. Let's go. I hope I win. If I win, I'm keeping it. I'm not going to put pity on y'all. Skogsy, the bigger issue is that now I'll have to use a second ramen note. All right, let me answer my daughter texting. Cross out. That's true. I did a cross out last week. You know what? We're gonna do that. The winner gets a cross out note. Daughter, don't you know you're supposed to be at school? All right, cross out. Thank you, Toasty Treat. Oh, I'm supposed to do member chips today. Let's do member chips when I get done with this. I got like 4 I need to send. Okay. Skogsy should enter again. Winner gets to remember it's a pity raffle. All right, I'm gonna get my member chips. Oh, well, that ended. All right, let's pick a winner. Come on, Pen Addict, let's go. Inkdependence Mike. Inkdependence Mike won. This is an Inkdependence Mike pen, I'm pretty sure. Have you ever actually won anything, Mike? That is totally rigged. We need that rigged emote ASAP. Mega rigged. Here, Brad asking for favors, and Inkdependence Mike, the favor giver, wins the pin. Mega rigged. Mega rigged. We'll bring this to Mike. First time winner. Hey, Zero Wins gang, rise up. I'll bring this to Mike on Friday. Mega rigged. Wow. We don't even need just a rigged emote. That's a mega rigged emote. I don't understand how to get to be a dad. The Pen Addict do stream, spoke in the podcast, still have time to watch F1. I'm doing something wrong with my life. So let me tell you, I did all the things Sunday, knowing that I wasn't going to watch the race. And then came home. When I got home Sunday night at like 4 or 5 o'clock, I knew I had to write for Monday. So I got out my laptop, turned on the race, watched it for like 2 hours, finished it, fixed dinner, good to go. It was not the priority, right? So, all right, Peggy. Well, if you get there early enough Saturday, I will see you. I'm leaving noonish. Yeah, probably, but I'm leaving pretty early Saturday. It's my daughter's prom day, so I need to get back to help just, be around, be available, stuff. Put it back out there, give it to... Oh, wait, Mike said give it away? Should we give it away? Repity. She's a 10th grader, so she got asked by an 11th grader. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy, like seeing her crawling around under the tables at pin shows to going to prom. She'll be driving in like 3 months. All right, Mike says, let's give it away again. This is fun. We're going to scratch out another note. Mega pity. Yeah, Mike has seen my daughter and son crawling under pin tables playing at pin shows. Yep. So, and she's going to prom, so it's crazy. All right, let's do it again. Karis Pink Bolt, giveaway round 3, exclamation point raffle. So here's the question. Is Mike still in the 0 win club? Or is he not? I mean, to me, he's a winner. He's no longer in the 0 win club. It was his decision to re-gift. Yeah, I'm entering. I'm totally entering. Yeah, he actually won. It counts as a win. Yeah, Mike is out of the 0 win club. All right, we're going to do... It counts as 2 wins since he gave it back. We're going to do member chips before I forget, and then we'll wrap it up today. No, he's in the winners club now. He's out of the club. We'll let Thunder Viking decide. Thunder Viking is the president. I'm going to start a raffle spreadsheet to show how much the bot hates me. Yeah, he has graduated. Thank you, Thunder Viking. That is the correct decision. You are now up for Supreme Court nomination. All right, 5 seconds. I'm going to get these member chips out. All right, 1 more second. Lifetime appointment, good pay, I'm in. Nice. Right? This is like one of my favorite pens ever. I just never use it. So that's why we give it to y'all. But if I win, I'm keeping it. I entered again. All right. Let's see if we can actually give away this really nice, awesome pen. Pick a winner. Come on, Thunder Viking. Bork Ben Bork. Winner. Multi-time winner. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. At least one. How the member chip works, if you're a Pen Addict member, you email me your shipping address and I mail you one out. Penaddict.com/members. Bork Ben Bork. Are you there? Yeah, you are there. You've won before? Second time, that's what I thought. Okay. Nice. All right, 3rd time's a charm. Yeah, go to penaddict.com, T-Zebra. check it out, bounce around. We review stuff. Oh, I was showing you this here. There we go. Done. Done. All right, let's keep that camera on here. We're going to go triple pity raffle. Nah. This is like the paying it forward where you're actually just making the employees like like have to do more work even though you think you're doing something nice. All right. All right. Let me get a couple stamps. Let me knock these out. And we'll call it a day, chat. What pen are we going to use for these? Let me thunk these so they can dry. All right, so this is the Thunker. Return address stamp. Just send my address in the mail? Okay, good. Well, I accounted for 4 today, so you're going to go in the next batch, which will probably be tomorrow. Send me all the emails. All right, we are on the Raven Story stamps still with the added ounce bunny. Oh, nice killer sheep. Starbucks chains where everyone just pays for each other's expensive coffee and no one thinks it'd be nicer to tip the staff instead. Facts. All right. Yeah, the Ravens were probably one of my recent favorites. For sure. Oh. Rattler Jen, you might be in luck. I only had 3 on my list, and I created 4 chips and envelopes. I will check my mail when I'm done with these 3. What pen? I think I used the Purple. For your extra fine nibs, you like a specific metal type? I prefer steel nibs for extra fine, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm not a gold pen have-to-haver, especially on the finer nibs that are firm. So, yeah. Purple. This is what we used last time. It worked well. Yeah, I just pulled up my list that I keep, and I only see 3 here. I always have to look up to make sure I'm not writing people's addresses under the camera. All right, let me get a Raven. If you want a grip suggestion for the spoke pen, as someone who has used them all, I prefer the grooved grip. It's my preference. Brad gets annoyed by uncomfortable grips. Actually, our knurled grips are really good because they're smooth. I mean, they're very tame knurling. But they're straight-sided, right? Where'd it go? Where these, the concave and the groove have a bit of a taper, right? The concave is obviously concave, but this has a straight taper down until the edge. So I prefer the grooved. But our knurling is really, really nice. It's like, it's barely knurled at all. One more question about membership. Is this different between being a member on Twitch? Yeah, completely separate. So I do run a membership program for the blog, penaddict.com, where I send out a newsletter every week. I'm sending out extra articles where I rate pens right now. We have a members-only podcast, a sometimes recorded members-only podcast. We have discounts in the Pen Addict shop when I release new products, all that kind of stuff. So completely separate from this. That's kind of like my biggest platform is the Pen Addict members stuff. Yeah, so like that's really kind of how I make a living and allowed to do this stuff. So if you ever, I always say, if you ever want to support me in one singular way, that $5 a month for the Pen Addict membership is the best way for me to like keep up with all that. Hope that makes sense. I think I like the groove grip best too. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Chada. Yeah, there's a members only podcast. If you log into penaddict.memberful.com and look at your account, there's a podcast link on the sidebar. Most recent guest, Toasty Treat. Purple knurled and groove grips win. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Pens Pencils Plus. It is. It's hard to like rank the stuff you do, but it's definitely the most important thing I do, and the thing that like is the most like it's really important to me, and I really put a lot into it. Try to anyway. And I hope it shows. I just posted this pen. What the heck? But like really, like everything I do, like this, the stream, the podcast, just y'all showing up is really the best. I love doing it. Highly recommend the Chaos episode. That's pretty funny. Only got the icon and a bunch of icon parts. I will bring you an axle. If I remember. I need to make myself a note. I'll bring you an axle to test drive / review. If you email me and look at the parts and build one, I'll bring that to you. Sorry, we're doing business, doing things offline. I'm cheating. I really like my axle. Need to get an icon. Yeah. Waiting for a purple axle. True. I hope we can do that one day. I stay on top of that. Wasn't aware of the members only podcast. Yeah, so we've done like 55, 60 episodes, something like that. I stopped numbering them and just did the name. They're fun. Try to keep them between like 20 and 30 minutes. They're just like short snippets of, hey, tell me why you like stationery type stuff. And then we just kind of branch off from there. If we have specific things to talk about with certain people. Or we'll bring people back a second time to talk about specific things, like Alan purchase of his Chaos pen. So it's just a fun kind of now irregularly scheduled podcast. Just an added benefit for members. Brad is a great interviewer. I try. I'm getting better. I still question myself a lot. Talk less, ask more. I hate when I find myself rambling on my biggest flaw is question setup rambling. So that's something I'm constantly challenged with. And sniffling. Sniffling I can't get rid of. Mike just edits some of it. All right, we got one more. Let's see if Rattler Jen is actually telling the truth. Bah! There it is. There it is. Bam. Oh, thank you, Evan. I appreciate it. Enjoyed toasty treats today. Yeah, that's funny. That's all I know, right? It's like I have the permanent hole, like the pass through, so you got to constantly sniffle to keep it up. The talk makes it more conversational. I mean, that's a goal, right? I'm never gonna be like just like a straight question to question to question to question, ticking off a checklist. That's why when we do show notes, it's not okay. Question 1, blah blah blah. Step 2, blah 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 blah. It's like topic, and then the rest of it's in my head. Is how I do it. Like, it's very unprofessional in a very functional way for me, right? Does that make sense? So basically, my topics are more like buckets. All right, let's talk about this, and then I don't necessarily include the specifics unless there's like a detail I want to hit on and not forget. Otherwise, I really just roll with it a lot in everything I do. I think that shows. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's how I do things, so that's the way it's going to be. That's why I don't do like YouTube production videos, because I feel like I have to edit them, and like I'm just not good at that. I don't enjoy it. Like, I'm more with a go with the flow type of person. So there's some formats that don't work well for me, which is like YouTube review videos. I do my research. I definitely do the research. I just don't necessarily write it all down. I don't know. I think it helps with the flow. I wish CY and Jacob would make a surprise guest experience at the Atlanta show. I wish. CY is going to come to DC and San Fran, though, I believe. That was fun talking with Jacob. Like, again, Jacob and I could have talked we could have had a 3-hour show without a doubt. All right. We had one more sneak in here. All right, we're gonna do one more, then we'll do a giveaway. Hang on for another giveaway. I'm gonna do one more membership, and then we'll do it again. I try to when I do my research, I try to bring up like something like fun and unique about the person, as outside of like the main thing we're trying to discuss. You don't always succeed doing that, right? But I at least consider it and think about it. You'll be at San Fran for sure. Scott's going to San Fran. So you're all telling me to pick San Fran? Where's my DC people at? Chaos episode is a must listen. It really is. San Fran. I don't know if it's Miss G's or Toasty or someone said there was going to be some stationary brew out at San Fran. Stationary brew crew. DC. Why not both? Denver happens this year going. Toasty said DC. SFDC. We'll do a poll. We'll have to do a poll. DC. Why not both? All right. Last one. Then we'll do a giveaway. And then I'm going to call it a day and get back to work. Ben is attempting to have a table, yes, or is definitely having a table. You still here, Ben? He was here a minute ago. Japan, not this year. We have basically made our decision for 2023. There's just still too many question marks about travel, and that's something we really have to plan ahead. And we'll actually probably do another crowdfunding campaign for that. So 2023. Is there any point in going to a pen show if you have no money to spend? That is a legitimately good question that we've had several times, and the answer is yes. And you don't even have to go to the show itself. You can just go for the evening at like the Friday or Saturday nights of a pen show and get so much enjoyment from just doing that and never setting foot in the pen show itself. I could not recommend that highly enough, because what happens is a lot of people are there for the weekend of the show, right? And you will just find crowds hanging out at tables, sharing pens and pencils and, having a drink, eating, and just like literally sharing stories, teaching people about new products, right? That's like one of my biggest things is sharing, pens, paper, inks, stories, how to do things. It's 100% worth going, and you don't even have to show up during the show hours. I promise you. Every show I know of has a good like Friday and Saturday night hangout scene just to hang out. Thank you, Miss G's. Shooting for 2023 Japan, hoping the theme parks around Tokyo. Mike actually said the exact same thing. He's like, if I'm going to do this, I'm doing this big, and that's got to be the thing too. So that's something he considered. Chicago, you live close to the Chicago show, you should 100% go. Yeah, not Dallas so much. True. Chicago is a good one. They have a good setup area for the evenings, and they will probably have even some like pen show after dark, because I'm sure Carrie will go to those. So yeah, Chicago's a great hang. You should 100% go. Yeah, now that Mike says it, Dallas, not a good hang so much. Any other shows not a good hang? I'm trying to think. Not a good hang. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't go to those shows in the first place. Dallas is just a tough show. That is a hard show. Commonwealth and Long Island, not so good. ATL does kick us out of the bar. New ownership, new management, though. I wonder if it'll be different this time. Highly unlikely. I have no hopes. Aren't the Commonwealth and Long Island just 1 days, or are they 2 days? If people want to hang out after the Dallas show, we can set something up in a better place in the hotel. The hotel's fine. It's just that we don't, like, people who are working don't get off till like 9 o'clock. Raleigh's good. Raleigh's just small, but that makes it good. Why is Dallas a bad hangout? Because the show hours run late, and the way the show is designed, people are just kind of it's more of a day trip type of show, right? St. Louis should be good. I've never been, but I would assume it's good. They make the effort to make it an all around the clock type of event show. Yeah, the show goes hella late on Friday, and it's only 2 days, so people leave after the show on Saturday, right? So you need to go the evenings where there's a show the next day, right? So if your show ends on Saturday night is not going to be a good hang, right? Because people will be leaving, right? So, and then Friday night when I was working, we'd go till, I think we'd go to 8 o'clock. Then we'd go out to dinner because we haven't eaten all day. And then we get back and it'd be 10 o'clock and people are just dead by that time. So it's just, Dallas is more of a timing thing. The location's fine. Yeah, the bar is nice. The location's fine. It's the schedule. That's what it was. We'd close down at 8, go to dinner, and be back at 9:30, 10 o'clock. We'd hang out for the bar, but I'd last an hour because I'd have to get up and do it at probably 8 a.m. the next morning too. That's what it was. All right, let's do another giveaway, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's do a paper one. All right, this is a neat little giveaway. So, I like the Kokuyo sketchbook. You should know this by now. I have sold it. I have written about it. I have my own custom edition that I don't know if I'll ever be able to get again. But they've started to add more covers, more color covers. They've changed the font on these a little bit. They've modernized the classic green book. You can't have this one. I'll maybe find some other ones to give away later. But I really think this is a great product. And I was able to get these little covers with it. I think this is from Yoseka, the last time I ordered. I don't know. It's just something neat to try, neat to give away. See you, Ray Ray. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. So yeah, this has a little cover for the book. I don't know that you need them. They're kind of good for being beaten up, but there you go. So they have this now. This is the traditional green with the traditional font. The internals are all still the same, right? The same 2mm grid. Although this is a gray internal. Interesting. These are blue. So that's a difference. I didn't even notice that. So this is the traditional blue. This one has a gray grid in there. That's cool. I didn't even know that. All right. So let's give this and the cover away. All right. 2mm grid. We'll do this, and then we're going to wrap it up today. Let's see. All right. Giveaway is open. All right. Also need to refill the water. All right, so tomorrow we're podcasting. Actually, I could use some podcast notes for tomorrow. Once the raffle's done, let's talk about that real quick. We'll do a post show where I'll ink up some pens that I'm going to take to the Atlanta Pen Show. It may only be 2 that I can think of, 2 more. And then Thursday we'll do kind of a packing stream. I'm going to get some paper set up for the show and my little kit. My little sling bag kit to bring. So we'll do a little packing show for that. Yeah, I'm going to bring the brown buffalo one, Mike. Remember that one that we got? I think you got it too. You're winning the Kokuyo sketchbook and cover in the modern version of the font and grid color. Yeah, it's a really neat little setup. So yeah, I'm gonna sling bag the brown buffalo. The square one. The square one that was only like 30 or 40 bucks. It was like ridiculously priced. That was the time where I decided we'll never make one for knock. Because it was too good for too cheap. So Joe's Filson tote is right up my alley. I don't need the big Filson, the full leather Filson. Those aren't my style. The Filson tote that he showed is my style, and that's problematic. Any bags you want to check out at Atlanta? No. H to the gnaw. I don't need any. But yeah, that Filson tote looks sick. And I'm like, that's on my to think. I don't need it. Like, there's no reason to have it. But it was nice. All right, let's pick a winner. Adam N.E. Adam N.E. First time winner, I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll bring the brown buffalo sling bag in here Thursday. Adam N.E. What? It's you. First time winner. So you need to email me your shipping address, hello@penaddict.com. Congratulations. First time winner. I like it. I'm actually bag shopping as we speak. We should just do, Mike does bag talk sometimes. Inkdependence Mike on his stream. I should think about doing bag talk. I haven't been in the bag market recently. I'm pretty content overall with my bag situation. All right, Adam and E. But we can always talk bags. You know, I like to talk design and like to have opinions on that stuff. I am a very opinionated bag person. We have opinions. If you're bag shopping, go to carryology.com right now. They're just wrapping up the you're getting online? Okay. Oh, the new Pilot Pigment inks. All right, we'll throw it to Mike in a minute. So a couple of things. Go to carryology.com. They're just announcing their Carry Awards. So those announcements just started coming in this week. You're out of the Zero Wins Club now. So you can get some good ideas from some of the best products over the last year, you know, as far as different types of bags, work bag, carry bag, sling bag, day trip bag, all the accessory bag, that type of stuff. So they just announced all that. So that's a good place to research. My favorite sling one, Carryology's nice. Secondly, also before I go, also I love it when Belroy wins Carryology's one, because Belroy owns Carryology. I see you working, Carryology. I see you working. Evie loves planners. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Secondly, podcast topics. We're going to talk about the Atlanta Pen Show, Pen Show prep. Anything else we need to cover tomorrow? Like, I probably have some room to fit in a topic or two. It's got a little Hobonichi sling bag for conventions. Nice. I like those small, I like mini tote bags too. Like for notebooks, like the Travelers. That was one of the last things I wanted to make for Knock, was a like a mini tote, just for an A5 mini tote. So someone can steal that idea and make it. So, all right, any podcast suggestions as I get Mike's stream going once he gets rolling? Schmevelin with the gifted sub. Evie loves planners. Enjoy the gifted sub. Enjoy the emotes. We'll have new emotes soon, hopefully in the coming weeks, but we'll see. We'll see how that rolls. That is not the link I meant to hit. I use bento bags for mini tote needs. That's a great idea. Mech the Jacker, thank you for the follow. Appreciate ya. Planner check-in. We could do a planner check-in. That's actually a good idea. Can someone make a desk holder for knock cases and call it a knock dock? Oof. We did have the knock dock. Our index card holder was called the dock, I think, right? The old Dudek one. How's the Hobonichi going? Yeah, okay. We can do a planner health check. We're really good. We're doing really, really well. So I will be happy to talk about that. Idea doc, thank you. But it was not the knock doc. Ink Institute put out a new mixer ink. I need my dock on this desk. Both versions sitting there. Nice. Found the Filson page. Ouch. Happens. It happens. It'll do it to you. So pretty, so unattainable. How much is it? I didn't even look because I don't need it. And I know, like, just the name is like 2x of what I would think it would cost. I have a mini Kanken for my little purse rickshaw tote for anything bigger. I like the rickshaw totes. Like, Anna's been showing hers in some of her pictures recently. I think in like her pen show prep post, her little tote, like, is it one like the sewing totes? It's a really good shape, really good design. Anna will be there. Jesse will be there. Kelly from Mountain of Ink will be there. It's going to be really good. Ink Dependence Mike will be there. Soho, maybe. That sounds right, Queen of Washi. Hey, Spinzo. Are you live yet, Mike? Let's see. Is Mike live? We need that website. IsMikeLiveYet.com. One sec. Yeah, that sounds right. So it should be fun. Kat's gonna be there. Kat Palmisano, Bent Tynes. Is Hey Matthew gonna be there? I haven't heard from Matthew. So it should be a good time. Atlanta's a small show, but it usually shows out pretty well. Like it's usually a good hang. It's got one of the worst bar areas. Like I'll admit, I've always said this. It's got one of the worst bar areas. And they kick us out early, but it's a good hang. It's good people, real chill environment, super relaxed, everything. It's got a Waffle House attached to the hotel. I mean, hello. Did you back the Topo Folio? I did. That should be good. Thank you, Molly. I got your email. Yeah, so that should be fun. That should be fun to try to figure out that case, the Topo Folio. But what's funny about that case is I won't use the strap. So it's just like it's almost like a bag in a bag to me, but that's good. Like that's how I like that type of product. I want it to be bag in a bag style. Like my sling bag, strap, definitely strap. Like I'm good with that because it's wider, right? Thin bags don't do good with straps. So yeah, that will be bag in a bag situation. All right, Mike is live. Bitside I can only stop into ATL as a break in the middle of a 10-hour drive. Oh no, that stinks. Well, be sure to say, hey, round me up. All right, see you, Mika. Let's go throw it to Mike. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Oh, they're bags for men. Okay, Inkwell Monster. There you go. Well, you're eliminated from purchase. Way to go. That's what you get. That's what you get, Sarah. Way to go. All right, love y'all. Love all your faces. We'll be back tomorrow. Live podcast 10 a.m. Eastern. Live stream shortly after that, 11:30ish, noonish, whenever we get done. Back Thursday. Then we're on the road Friday. Pen show time, y'all. All right. Be good. We're going to go say hey to Mike. Mike's going to talk bags. If you're looking for bags, Mike's got way more bags than I do. He's really up to speed on the ongoings of the bag market. So if y'all want to chat bags, he's the guy to ask. All right. See ya.